Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for Head to Headlines. You choose the content of the show right now. We narrow down the hundreds of hilarious headlines of the week to 2, and then you vote. You decide the content of the show, which one you want to hear us break down, chop up after Soundgarden. So we'll give you time to vote there during Soundgarden Black Hole Sun in a couple seconds. So 2 headlines. We'll never talk about the other story again. So remember that. Choose wisely as we go through the headlines. And this one's a holdover. This is one of those headlines that happened just after last Wednesday. When we say it's the funniest headlines of the week, it goes back to just after last week's Head to Headlines, which was last Wednesday at 8:20. So this one may seem a little old. Maybe you heard this headline, but we have saved it for this week's Head to Headlines, which is headline number 1.
Woo.
American tourist impaled on Colosseum fence as dozens watch in horror.
I take back my woo. I'm sorry.
Nah, keep it there.
I would like to retract that.
That's all right. A lot of people had suggested this one too, by the way, so we want to make sure we got it in, a chance to at least get voted on. American tourist impaled on Colosseum fence as dozens watch in horror. But you may want to hear this story instead. Headline number 2. Tampa Bay area realtors say man is targeting women to touch their feet during showings.
Good heavens.
Brian?
It's in Tampa. I didn't fly away last weekend or the
Yeah,
weekend
right.
before.
Yeah, we don't know that.
It's not that long of a flight. A couple hours.
It's not.
Yeah.
I used to live there. Not that far.
Do you think I would go to Tampa and not tell you guys I was going to Tampa over the weekend?
If you were to do that, yeah.
Well, maybe it wasn't planned. It just happened.
What?
You just happened to get on a plane and touch some women's feet in Tampa?
At a house showing?
No, the first part planned. Obviously buying flights to go to Tampa. The
Okay, I
second-
was wondering what the first part was.
the touching of women's feet during showings could have just been on a whim.
Spontaneous.
Yeah, you know. Hey, look at those grabbers.
Grabbers?
Feet with the toes. Grabbers.
Oh, is that a foot thing? Like, because I know you dabble in those waters.
You're not part of the grabber community?
I don't know anything about r/grabbers, the
I
Reddit
have
community.
I have to say, and I don't think this is part of the kink, but I don't know because I'm not a foot kink person. I don't know anything about the foot kink world.
Walked
I'm
into
not
that.
opposed to it. I thought it could potentially change my life, so I'm kind of into it, but whatever. I am so good at picking things up with my feet.
Duh.
Like if I drop my phone, if I drop a bag, a pen, I can pick up anything with my foot. Anything. And I think a lot of moms can because we usually don't have our hands free.
No, I don't think
But
a lot can. I think you're just gifted.
I can also individually tap my toes, as if I'm like clicking my finger. You know, you like click your hands waiting for stuff. I can tap my toes.
Well, you can tap each toe individually?
Yeah.
We got to hear that.
I can hear it.
See that.
All right, Kenzie, put your feet up to the
But I
microphone.
can like do it like click, click, like, you know, like look at my hand, like in a row.
I'm
you know,
looking
like,
at your hand.
Like in a wave.
Damn, I didn't need to go to Tampa last weekend. Crap. Could have
Come
stayed
to
here. Could have stayed here. Wow.
Obviously, we're texting in headline 1 or headline 2 to 312-591-8300. Brian, I want you to read those headlines in just a second. But obviously now, if you have a request for Kenzie to pick up anything with her feet, now is the time
Okay.
to text in.
Or what song you want to
They're
hear
gonna be like,
tap with her
"This
toes. I want to hear her tap Smells Like Teen Spirit with her toes.
Everlong, yeah, that'd be a
Well,
good
they
one.
don't tap loud.
You got to work on it.
I gotta
then.
get like mini tap shoes on them or something.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. Friday at 9:20, Case is writing a song on a recorder to see if he's better than Jelly Roll's music.
Yes, the debut of Cinnamon Roll.
So it's going to become a stupid human tricks. Kenzie will tap a song on her toes at 9:20 after that.
But they don't tap loud.
Well, can you get is there a floor nearby?
Like a bell?
Can we get a piece of flooring to bring in the studio so you tap on it? You know what I mean?
Maybe. I don't know. Can you? That's a you thing.
I'll find something you can tap on to make
Yeah, that's
some noise.
loud.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
bet you will.
I guess I could tap a bell with my toes.
I guess.
What if we just wheel in a drum kit? Let's just have her play the drums with her feet.
Oh,
Okay, my toes can't reach all the different drums.
no, we'll just bring in a
It would be a
snare.
small drum kit.
You have a snare drum for your toes.
You have a mini one for like a mouse.
If you give a mouse a drum set.
That's how you feed them when they stay out of your house.
Damn,
Okay.
I thought that deserved a bigger laugh. Okay. I thought that was super funny.
I'm sorry. It's not you. It's just that I'm getting a lot of weird texts now, and it's
Yeah.
very distracting.
Text line's getting distracted from the point of head-to-head lines.
Yes.
I apologize. I can't handle what's happening right now.
So here are your headlines to choose from in head-to-head lines. Headline number 1, American tourist impaled on Colosseum fence as dozens watch in horror. And headline 2, Tampa Bay area realtors say man is targeting women to touch their feet during showings. Headline 1, headline 2, you text that in. Headline 1 or headline 2, whichever story you want to hear us break down after Soundgarden. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and it's Head to Headlines, where you decide the content of the show right now during that Soundgarden song you voted for the best headline, or at least the one you want to hear us break down. The funniest headlines of the week, here they are. Here's 2 of them. We'll give the answer in a second who won. Headline number 1 was, American tourist impaled on Colosseum fence as dozens watch in horror.
Oh.
The next headline has caused our text line to nearly break down. Tampa Bay area realtors say man is targeting women to touch their feet during showings. Now, it's not for the headline. It's for Kenzie, who talked about her grabbers, how she can pick up anything with her toes, and she might play a song. We can get a drum set in here.
No, I did. So this whole time, Brian is dead ass during the song going, do we have a snare drum set? And I go, I can't play an entire drum set with my toes. I never said that. I said I can
Not with
tap
that
my
attitude, you
toes.
can't.
That's right. Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
Come
You
on
can
now.
do it. So that'll be Friday at 9:20. It's going to happen. I'm going to get
He
a
goes,
snare
so
drum.
you can play a song? I go, I don't know where this is going. I never said I could play. I can't play a drum set with my hands.
Friday at 9:20 is going to be a treat. As Case
my
plays a
God.
recorder, a song you run on the recorder as Cinnamon Roll. That's his stage name. And Kenzie playing Smells Like Teen Spirit with her feet on a snare drum.
Oh my! Everyone thinks my toes are like Dave Grohl all of a sudden.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
gonna re-record the drums without anybody knowing.
But also that sidetracked all the texts and voting for headlines. We'll give the answer in a second. Was there one text you wanted to highlight, Kenzie?
Yeah, 708 texted in and said, so basically what I just heard is that Kenzie's feet are like a raptor from Jurassic Park. You know, they use their feet to open all the doors.
Yeah, that's right. We have to set up a separate text line or just give out your cell phone number in the future, Kenzie, on your feed stuff. If you really love the show, you'll give out your cell
That's
phone
true.
number.
Brian goes, just post your feet doing a bunch of stuff. I go, I don't want to do that. That makes me uncomfortable.
You know, you
He's
want
like, put a swimsuit on first. And I'm like, no.
I did not say that.
I'm going to
That.
get you a drum set, a swimsuit.
Okay, maybe I did.
Put a swimsuit on.
I mean, the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue came out,
That's right.
this week.
Hey, you want to be next to Livy Dunn? You put a swimsuit on, Kenzie.
Livy Dunn, Salma Hayek, Kenzie. It'd be pretty easy to beat that. You'd beat their numbers, trust me.
Yeah, I'll just play the snare drum with my feet in a swimsuit. That's what Brian's asking me to do on Friday.
I don't see anything wrong with that. In the meantime, all those side texts to Kenzie on the feet actually hurt the Tampa Bay story, and it did not win because too many people were worried about texting Kenzie directly about her feet instead of the story about feet. So the Tampa Bay area realtors say man is targeting women to touch their feet during showings did not win, but the votes did go to, in head-to-head lines, American tourists impaled on Colosseum fence as dozens watch in horror, so let's get into it. Dozens of tourists to Rome's Colosseum watched in horror as an American tourist screamed in pain after he was impaled on the fence surrounding the historic structure. Now, I've been there. I'm not trying to be elite here, but our honeymoon was in Rome, and we went to the Colosseum, and it is fascinating. It is one of the most magnificent things I've ever seen in my life. Then I bugged my wife repeatedly, saying, "My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the north, general of the Felix legions, loyal servant to the true emperor Marcus Aurelius." Oh, it was a great honeymoon for Megan.
That sounds
I
awesome.
was like,
I'm
up doing,
sure she was like, wow, we really should have picked like Mexico.
or Rockford for that
Did you
matter.
make her stand like up high and do a thumbs up or thumbs down?
Very much so. She had a good time. We can talk to her about it sometime. So dozens of tourists to Rome's Colosseum watched in horror as an American tourist was impaled on the fence surrounding the historical structure. According to the Italian newspaper, the 47-year-old tourist was stabbed in the spine while attempting
Oh, God, that sounds horrible.
Give me that sound again.
Oh, my God.
Stabbed in the spine while attempting to climb the
Fudge.
monument's fence.
No, thank you.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Here's what I don't understand, and I can give you this firsthand knowledge of being there. You walk around the place, the views, there's nothing I can even come up descriptive-wise of how incredible this building is.
Well, thanks for all your help.
What I'm saying is you don't need a better view. That's what this tourist was trying to do, climb the fence to get a selfie and a better view of himself in the Colosseum. That landed him impaled on his spine
But
on
you
a
know
fence.
that somebody saw that and then was like, okay, like I want to get a picture of me doing a thumbs down behind him.
Right.
So like really gladiator. There's been not good taste.
And then he fell. And then, of course, the thumbs down on his spine. The
Oh my god.
The Italian law enforcement and paramedics rushed to the scene. However, it took them 20 minutes to remove him from the fence. 20 minutes he was impaled on the fence on his spine.
Is he alive?
He's alive. They had to do surgery. He's
Oh
alive.
my gosh. I'm sorry, that sounds very instant deathy. Are you kidding me?
Very much so.
What does it sound like?
Instant deathy. If you're telling me I'm going to land and get impaled in the spine and then sit there, I'm going to think that he's got to be like, I can't be awake for this. Like, they give you, laughing gas when you're getting a root canal. Like, you had to be awake for that.
I don't think Tylenol is going to help in that situation.
Fudge.
Imagine when you're at a drive-thru and it just takes a little bit longer to get through to get, your McFlurry. 20 minutes he was on the fence. It might take an extra 30 seconds in the drive-thru, and you're like going, come on, let's go.
That really is a great description.
Oh, I know people like McFlurries around here, at least us three. So,
We do.
according,
It's a 3 for 3.
Kenzie, get ready to make that sound again, okay? According to the Italian news outlet, the man's lower back wound was closed with 80 stitches.
Oh.
He was hospitalized in serious condition, and the man was unable to speak after the incident, by the way, because he was screaming so long. I'm sure he lost his voice. Ow! Ow!
What is it?
That would be so scary to watch because, like, what are you supposed to do? Because you know how they say, like, you can injure somebody more when you, like, remove something?
Yeah.
You're like, call somebody, buddy. Like, fine. What are you supposed to do?
I picture him being like in the scene in Tommy Boy. Now Kay's has seen Tommy Boy. Something hurts right here. Not here. Not here. But right here. And he's pointing to his back with a spike in it. Oh, this poor guy. He was on vacation with his family and had only been in Rome a few days.
That sucks.
Oh, God.
So
And then the family is going to feel awkward because it's like, we have that, like, Tuscany thing. We were going to go see it. Like, you good? And
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.
You have about 12 minutes left to text SMILE to 312-591-8300. That's for Q101 Fest. A chance at a trip to Montreal to the Osheaga Music and Arts Festival with the Killers, Cage the Elephant, Glass Animals, and more. And all qualifiers win 2 one-day tickets to Riot Fest. That would be Blink on Friday you could choose. You could choose Jack White and Weezer on Saturday or Green Day on Sunday. Tomorrow at 10, by the way, the entire schedule of Riot Fest will be released. So all 88 bands, when they're playing, what stage they're playing on, that's 10 a.m. tomorrow. We know the headliners, obviously, right now. So SMILE to 312-591-8300 for the next 12 minutes. If you haven't done it, if you already did it, don't do it again. SMILE, 312-591-8300. We just had the headlines where the headline that won was about the man who got impaled on the fence at the Colosseum. Did you go, Kenzie? Oh.
so bad for him.
Well,
Sucks.
when you found out he got impaled on his spine, you made a different sound. And that sound was...
It was shocking. It's just not a good sentence.
Someone made the point on the text line that was a perfect opportunity to play this flying machine guy audio when he crashes his flying machine and calls 911. So getting impaled on that fence and staying there for 20 minutes on the fence at the Colosseum may have sounded like this.
Emergency. Help.
I'm not going to do the 911 call.
Oh, yeah, please. Everyone's like, no.
But that's got to be exactly what I'd be doing. Somebody help, please. Oh, it hurts. Ow. Also, Jess checked in from 219 and said, we had a kid from my high school get impaled on a fence while playing Ultimate Frisbee.
Oh, my God.
And we have audio of that. It sounded like this.
Emergency.
So apparently it happens more often than not, is what she was trying to say.
Imagine you're like going down a slide and you see that.
Oh, now, The guy at the Colosseum climbed the fence. He basically chose his own adventure there and took a selfie trying to get a better shot. Playing ultimate frisbee is just playing ultimate frisbee and you get impaled on a fence. What a terrible day.
I mean, it's a contact sport, but not like that.
No.
Oh my God. Did you think he was just going to go over the fence? Like what?
Well, we don't have all the details.
He was going to, like a cow that jumped over the moon, but he just fell
like he's
halfway.
trying to get it, like
Yeah.
arm up, like you know, like Gilo's football, like the shot of the guy in the air. Oh my God, there's a fence behind you.
Ultimate frisbee is very competitive. If you
That's
ever,
very Final Destination-y. That death.
By the way, Final Destination Bloodlines came out this week.
Heyo.
So also a reminder that could it have sounded something like in the Family Guy case, found this audio.
It reminded me of when Stewie was trying to be an Olympian and he vaulted into the living room and he hit a glass chest in the living room and a piece of glass got stuck in his head. I imagine the guy at the Colosseum sounded like this.
Stand back, Brian. I'm preparing for my vault.
You can't vault inside the living room. You're going to get hurt.
Yeah, I'll get hurt right onto a Wheaties box.
I don't see that happening.
Yeah, who cares what you say? You're a dog. You can't see colors, which means you can't see the colors of the American flag. Call me.
He jumps.
I think I'm okay. Ah!
The glass shard in his forehead.
Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Oh, God! Somebody! Do I take it out or do I leave it in? Do I take it out or do I leave it in? Ah!
Exactly the situation.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.